Thanks for joining us. Mark and I are about to play through the third mission of the Imperial Assault campaign. The mission is called A New Threat, and the blurb I have says, Rebel forces discovered that the distress beacon was a distraction orchestrated by General Weiss, a rising star in the Imperial military. His efforts have made him a person of interest to Rebel High Command. Operatives are searching the galaxy for information on this general's plans. ...
Okay. So then in the mission briefing, you've been sent to investigate a facility under the command of General Weiss. Imperial presence in the sector is heavy, but a timely diversion from another team gives you the opening to sneak in. It's an odd place, lacking the crisp organization you expect from the Empire. Even with the diversion, it won't take long for you to attract attention. You've been advised to make your stay as quick and efficient as possible. Here are the rules. Doors are locked to rebel figures. This is here. Rebel figures can attack a door. They have 5 health and 1 defense. Meaning they don't roll a die, it's a single block. A hero can interact with a terminal to flip the token color side face up and perform an attribute test based on the color. If he passes, that terminal is investigated. The colors or their corresponding tests are as follows. Red is to strength, blue is to perception, green is to technical.
What do you mean 2? Does that mean you need 2
surges? I believe what that means
succeed?
is you need 2 surges. The mission ends when all terminals are investigated, at the end of round 7, or when all heroes are wounded.
Say those.
All terminals investigated, end of round 7, all heroes wounded.
Wow. This is a big map to get around in 7 turns.
Yeah, it is.
So you're saying that when we turn these terminals over, they have a color on the other side?
Correct. And the terminals, hopefully we can see that one from the camera, are here, here, and here. There are also
There are only
4.
3?
There are 3 terminals.
Okay.
There are also 4 crates. New things in the mix for my side. I have a new skill, which is Surgical Strike. I can exhaust this card after an Imperial figure resolves an attack. That target suffers 1 strain and 1 wound.
Okay.
I suspect that Nexu are not Imperial figures, and therefore I cannot use that for them.
Do your other figures say Imperial?
They have a symbol, which is the Imperial symbol.
Look
The
at that.
Nexu are renegades. It's the Boba Fett symbol.
I think that seems likely to be accurate.
So I also then have an, whatever you call these, influence card. It's Fire at Will. Place this card in your play area. Deplete this card after a figure resolves an activation and choose 1 Imperial trooper. That trooper performs an attack. Apply 1 surge to the attack result.
Okay. Currently there are no Imperial troopers on the board.
Correct.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have 3 probe droids. One of them is sitting on a blue token, which corresponds with the card with the blue token on it. One of them is an elite, which is on the red token, and one is the 3rd one. And then we have the elite next to it.
Okay. During the break, I bought a couple of things. I spent some money on a DL-44 pistol for Jin, which, with a surge ability of +2 damage and another surge ability of +1 damage, +2 accuracy, seemed like a pretty good upgrade over her vintage blaster, which she is carrying as a holdout weapon. I also put a tactical display on it for her, which says exhaust this card while attacking to apply +1 surge to the attack results. I also spent a couple of XP for Mak Eshkare to get target acquired. Spend a strain and exhaust this card before you declare an attack. During this attack, figures do not block your line of sight. Apply +2 accuracy to the attack results.
Cool. Is that all the new equipment?
Yes.
Okay. So your deploy zone is the blue token?
On the blue thing. This seems like one of those missions where splitting up is not going to be optional.
That's a good question.
Just in order to get all of these objectives within 7 rounds. I'm just guessing there, but
I don't know.
It seems like a good guess.
So here we go.
You get 3 threat per round.
3 threat per
That
round.
seems like a lot. All right.
Basically means that I can bring a probe droid back every round.
That's scary. An elite probe droid or just a regular one?
Regulars
Okay.
are 3.
Got it. Oh, the elites are 5. That is significantly higher.
The elite Nexu is 6. So
Gotcha.
it would be 2 rounds to bring him back. He has 8 wounds, though, so youch. Since we haven't seen the Nexu before, let me give you a quick... because before we started the camera, did mention the abilities up here, but he also has other stuff that we need to talk to. He has mobile, like the probe droids, which means he avoids difficult terrain. He inflicts bleed. He has cleave 2 without a surge. He automatically cleaves 2. And for the surge, he can do +2 damage.
Nice.
Plus, as an action, he can pounce, place your figure in any empty space within 3 spaces, then perform an attack. He has cunning. While defending, apply 1 defense to the defense result for each dodge result.
Okay.
And he cannot interact.
You mean evade?
Evade. I'm sorry. He gets +1
right.
defense to the defense result for each evade result.
Okay. Interesting. So he's very dangerous.
Yeah. He's pretty nasty.
Good to know.
And the elite probe droid, which I don't believe we've played before, has slightly better surge abilities, plus the ability to reroll an attack die.
I believe we did have an elite probe in the last mission,
We
actually.
might have. Yeah. You might be right.
Alright, I'm going to start with Diala. She is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
One, two, three, 4. Sure. Let's just stick her here.
Okay.
She is brave enough to contend with that Nexu.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do something crazy here with my Nexu. I'm gonna start by moving.
I think doing something crazy with the Nexu belongs to a different YouTube channel.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he's going to pounce. 1, 2, 3. And attack Mac.
Mm-hmm. Kind of saw that one coming. Yikes, for 4 damage and a cleave 2. So... Alright, he rolls a white defense die. For nothing.
Nada.
Mac, you're not starting well here. And I'm assuming the cleave is going to go on Jen.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Next two has gone. Oh, and they both have bleed.
What does that mean?
It means that they will take a strain with each action they perform unless they take a full action to unbleed themselves.
What's a full action?
An action.
Okay.
You take an action to unbleed.
Right, you just said full action, so I was confused.
Right.
Alright, well, Mac is going to take that strain.
Okay.
And roll 2 dice on the Nexu.
I'll leave the white. Thank you.
Ouch. He'll do it again. For 3 damage.
When defending, apply 1 defense to the defense result for each evade, so it's actually 2 damage.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, I assume it's recording.
So it started.
Now it's recording, it's starting from 0 seconds.
I hit pause.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, that's all there is.
Okay, so we're going to activate this probe droid. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to go to here. Although I think that Mac can shoot me anyway. Oh, he's already acted. So, yeah, that's fine. We'll come closer. Okay, he's going to attack Jin with a blue and 2 yellows. We got a defense. Blech. Okay, so it's 3 surges net. So we'll pierce, and we'll do +1 damage.
So she takes 2?
2 damage, yeah. Right, that's to you.
Okay. Garkon is going to charge because it's what he does.
Okay.
Too bad there's no flanking.
Yeah.
He gets up to 4 speed.
I assume he can go diagonally to here, right?
He could. As far as I can tell.
Yeah, I don't think there's any indication that he can.
But he's going to come over here and swing at the next two. His armored gauntlets are a green and a yellow.
That's 1 and a surge.
And he could add a second surge if he wanted. But he's not going to on that attack. So that'll be 3 damage total.
Okay, up to
Brings
5
him up
on
to
him.
5. And he'll do it again.
Okay.
So that's 3.
No, 2.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2, because he can convert.
So I've got 1 left.
I'm going to exhaust this card while attacking to apply +1 surge to that result for an extra 2 damage.
Which kills it.
Yes, thank you. That Nixie needed to die.
For now.
Briefly, it needed to die.
Okay. My problem is that I don't think I can get the other 2 probe droids into the mix. Well, this one can, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then from that corner... Yeah, he can.
Yeah, it's
okay.
long range, but he can try it.
He'll miss, but we'll give it a shot. Blue, yellow, yellow. And we're attacking Mac.
I don't think so.
Oh, we're not attacking Mac. You're correct. I think then Garkon is probably the only person I have line of sight to. Because I'm pretty sure this corner will not get
right,
there.
We'll clip,
so
yeah.
it's Garkon.
He'll add an extra block to that using his Wookiee loyalty.
An extra block. So that's 2 blocks.
Yes. So you
So I do
have
1 damage and 2
surges.
surges.
2 surges, yes.
Okay, so I will pierce 1 and +1 damage. So that's 3 damage.
He will become focused. Due to his rage.
Alright, your last guy.
Wookiees make great barbarians. Jin is going to play it a little bit safer than usual. She's going to take an action to get rid of her bleed,
Okay.
and then spend an action resting to recover 4 damage.
Okay.
Because she's had a rough time the last couple of missions.
She has. She and Mac both, I think. Alright, so then the elite probe droid is going to move once. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't have line of sight to anybody. Do we move him again, or do we leave him where he is? We're going to leave him where he is. That's it.
All right. That's the round.
Okay, so 3 threat. Round 2.
Would you like to spend any threat?
I do not believe that I can.
Would you like to blow up any probe droids?
I would not.
I
Thank you
think
for asking.
you should really consider the wisdom of blowing up some probe droids.
I think that this turn, at least, I will pass.
All right. Rebels are first. Garcon is going to go first. He's going to take 2 strain to charge. And go right up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where he will then swing at the blue probe droid.
Okay.
With his armored gauntlets of 1 green and 1 yellow. He gets 3 damage and 2 surge.
So 2 damage, 2 surge.
How many does that guy take? 5?
5.
We can do it.
Okay. He's dead.
Garcon is beginning to regret having charged. Let's see.
He doesn't have reach?
He does not have reach anymore. He let his vibro axe to Diala.
Got it.
Oh, I'm sorry. He never had reach. Diala always had reach on her Plasteel staff. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. And, oh, I'm sorry, he should have rolled an extra green on that, but it doesn't matter because, oh, actually, it might. He had
2 damage, 2 surge net. I mean, a surge could at least clear some of his strain.
Yeah, he's
so
going to go ahead and
rolling it.
And oh right, yeah. He gets to roll the green die for the surge. But he can only clear 1 no matter how many surges he gets. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
Yeah, it's 1 surge for 1 strain only.
All right, so we'll just apply that surge here. Focused goes away. Your turn.
Done. So flip his token. All right, I have 2 probe droids left. All right, well, Mac. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. 3.
Everybody's always picking on Mac.
Well, he's the most wounded. It seems like the right place to start. I need the other yellow, please. On Mac. I'll have that actually get it in the tray. All right, 2 surge, 2 damage. Mac rolls his defense. 2 surge, 1 damage. This is the elite, so we will pierce 2 and do 2 additional damage. So we pierce 1 because he only has 1. So we're doing 2 damage and 2 additional damage for 4 total. He's at 8.
Yes. All right.
You.
Back to me. Well, Mac's no dummy. He can see the writing on the wall. He's going to spend an action to remove his bleed and another action to rest. So he'll get 2 strain and 3 damage back.
Okay. So last probe droid will attack Mac, because that's what we do.
He's going to need to move to do that.
Why?
Because he doesn't have line of sight. Because Mac is
1,
4
2,
squares
3.
away.
Yeah, right. Okay. Boop, boop.
It's good to know that's the noise that probe droids make when they move.
It's kind of the noise they make in the movie. Not really.
Gosh,
darn it. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, he acted. So I've just got the girls left.
I'm gonna surgical strike. He suffers a strain and a wound.
You don't have to have done damage to do that?
Resolve an attack.
Okay. That seems like cheating.
Yep.
The big daddy probe droids take 7 damage, the little ones take 5.
Correct.
Well, we'll just go ahead with Diala because her action seems rather obvious. Yeah, move her up to the door. Okay. And she will swing at the door.
Okay.
With the Vibro Axe she borrowed from Garkon for a red and a yellow. Black. So it gets 2 defense, or I'm sorry, it gets 1 defense block
so
by...
So it's 1 damage, 2 surge.
Well, the surge will do a pierce, so it will take 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay.
Oh,
and you're still up.
Well, I'm just thinking, if she wanted, she could take a strain to re-roll that red die, and then use one of the extra surges she got to clear that strain.
Sure, why not?
So she's going to do that.
I mean, the red die... Yeah, okay, that's much better.
So that's 2 more damage.
2 more damage. You're almost there, then.
And they take 5 total?
5.
All right.
Okay, so you're still up. So, Jin.
Well, it's very hard for Jin, even though she knows she should be trying to investigate these terminals, to disregard this many juicy targets.
Okay.
So she is going to shoot at the elite probe droid.
Okay.
She now is carrying a DL-44 that gives her a blue and a yellow with a tactical display on it. So that is...
Sorry, I can't see the other die.
It's okay.
1 damage, 1 surge.
1 damage and a surge. Let's make that plus 2 damage. So that's 3 total.
3 damage. Okay.
She did damage, so she could move 1 if she wanted. But she will not in this case.
Okay.
She will shoot him again.
Okay. Same thing. So
we'll
3 more damage.
apply an extra surge to that.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's got 4 damage. Is that right?
Oh, I don't know what her surge does.
Oh, I'm sorry. It'll 1 for plus 2 damage and 1 for plus 1 damage and plus 2 accuracy.
Okay, so that kills it, right? That's 7. You had 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yep. Great. Let's get rid of it.
Man.
And this time she will take this opportunity to move here.
Okay. So that's the turn.
Unfortunately, now you get to bring everything in his brother back.
I should have used this.
Yes, you should.
Darn it.
Well, use it now.
Okay, so
she would have had to take 1
the strain.
strain.
Yeah. Okay.
See, this is where I always start to feel bullish, but then you just resurrect everything.
I'm at 6. It is turn 3. So I'm spending all 6 of my threat to bring out an E-Web right here.
My guys have a deep and abiding hatred for E-Webs. I would just like to point that out.
Yeah, I get that.
Let's have a short discussion of his arc of line of sight.
Okay.
What can he see from his front squares where he is now? Obviously, you can't see Mac because he's outside of 4 squares.
So this is the diagonal.
Okay, so he can't see... I mean, he couldn't see Jin because of blocking, but...
Right. So right now, he only has Garkon.
Okay. And will he have Garkon... Like, if Garkon were standing right here, would he still have Garkon?
No.
Okay.
And, you know, maybe that's... I was debating where I wanted to put him, and you're right that maybe it's the wrong place.
Do I... I have no knowledge of where your other deployment zones are.
You don't. But I might be revealing it to you. I'm gonna put him over here.
All right. That's interesting.
It has a similar problem.
Right, in that she can get out of line of sight if she's lucky with the door this turn. But she's going to have to come back out. In both cases, characters are going to have to come back out.
Yeah. You know what? He can stand like this instead, which gives him a little bit better line of sight into that room, but she still can't get out of it. So, all right. So that's where we are. That's pretty much my choice.
So I'm really tempted to try to get Diala through that door and out of the range of that E-Web, but I'm equally worried about Mac taking another turns worth of damage off of that probe droid. So I think Mac is going to go first.
Fascinating. Did not expect that.
Probably because it's stupid.
Yeah, that could be the reason.
Yeah. Mac is going to open by shooting the probe droid.
Okay.
For 3 damage.
And 3 damage, that's it, right?
Yep.
'Cause you have no surges. That's
fair.
That. Okay. Second
And
shot.
then he will... Well, let's see. It only takes...
5.
5. But I really don't like to gamble with him, so I'm going to rest him for the other action, removing a strain and 4 damage.
Nice. Okay.
And that's Mac.
All right. Well, leaving me with the obvious choice. I guess it's not the obvious choice. You're going to have to go for that door. You can't just be shooting a probe droid. All right, so we're going to go with the E-Web. I need a yellow and a red, please.
All right.
All right, E-Web shooting Diala.
Come on, Diala dodge. Not so much. Hang on. She could if she wanted to take a strain to re-roll that. What does his surge do?
+1 damage.
So right now she's taking 4?
4.
She will take it.
Okay. So, again.
Okay. I forgot he shoots twice. That's pretty mean. For 3 damage.
Terrible. 2
down to
damage.
2.
And then I'm going to deplete Fire at Will. Deplete this card after a figure resolves an activation. Choose 1 trooper. That trooper performs an attack. Apply 1 surge to it.
Tapping is exhausting, not depleting, though, so you'll want to discard
It is
that.
depleted. Yeah, it stays in my deck,
Right.
but it is used for the mission.
Okay. Well, that's better.
And it gets an extra surge. So go ahead and roll the no.
She'll take a strain to re-roll that.
Okay.
A little better.
So then I'm currently at 4 and 1. 4 damage, 1 surge. Because I got an extra surge from my card. So that's 5 damage.
Okay.
Which has her
Yikes.
1 shy.
Yep.
You know what? The target suffers 1 damage and 1 surge. 1 strain. So she's wounded.
Okay. That sucks.
Is that the strain she just suffered?
Yes.
Okay. She didn't have any otherwise?
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, Diala. Left you hanging out there. All right. Garkon's going to go next. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Right up against that door.
Okay.
It's not a charge, but then he'll hit it with his armored gauntlets, beating on it, saying, "Let me in!" In Wookiee.
In Wookiee. That was a horrible roll.
That's pretty terrible. The thing is, Diala could make him re-roll one of those dice.
There's no line of sight or proximity requirement
Nope,
on that.
it says you or a friendly figure.
Nice.
But I'm not going to have her do it.
So what
since
is
his
his
green
surge
die
get?
is worth...
Oh, it's worth 2 damage.
And we'll... yeah, she's going to take the strain to re-roll the green die.
Well, he could take the surge and
the
still get
pierce.
3 damage. Right? That would be 4 cumulative minus the 1, right?
Yes.
It's not terrible. I mean, it ain't great, but it's not terrible.
All right, we'll do the 3. Exhausting this card here.
That's
Your
on the
go.
door, not on Garkon.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so probe droid on Mac. Yellow, please.
Hang on, I'm going to interrupt with Jin. She's going to use Quick Draw.
Okay, all right.
At the start of a hostile figure's activation, interrupt to perform an attack with a pistol targeting that figure. Limit once per round.
Exhaust this card, take a strain or an evade.
Oh, fine. You know what? Take your evade.
I shall take my evade.
Just gonna roll yellow and blue on this. I need a blue. Here we go. Ugh.
You have rolled not well.
Not well. All right.
So I got 2 evades. It's a damage.
Wow.
Not dead.
Hang on. Diala could reroll one of those dice again. He only needs 2 damage to be dead.
Correct.
Yeah, Diala's going to take one for the team here. What do I want to reroll? Blue dice have more damage than yellow dice. But I think it's about the worst result on a yellow die. I guess there are 2 that do that. Oh, she does need 1, 2, 3, 4 range, though.
Does she have accuracy?
She does on one of her surge abilities. She's going to reroll the yellow.
She doesn't have the range or any surges.
Well, she gets this surge, but you blocked it, so she just misses. Too bad.
Alright, so then that's me on Mac. Horrible roll. Okay, I've got 1 surge and 1 damage. Whereas Mac's only got 2 damage on it.
He rested it on his
Yeah. I'm gonna do 1 damage. And heal 1.
Okay.
Okay, that's you. Got 2 guys left.
I do.
You know what? The heal is stupid. I'm gonna do an extra damage. Because I'm not gonna survive. Yeah. I had 1 damage and 1 surge.
Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know, with my bad rolls, it's possible.
No. I don't think there's any way Mac's not gonna kill it. Unless he decides to run. But
Well, Mac's already gone.
Oh, yeah, okay. So then it's a question of what Jen's gonna do.
Right. Well, Diala's the easy one, so let's do her first.
Awesome.
She is going to use her Vibro Axe
On
Zador's. On Zador's. That's is 4-ish damage.
Okay. So, door opens. The Imperial player chooses one of the following... each time a door opens, the Imperial player chooses one of the following limit once per option. I don't have to tell you what the other options are, but I'm going to increase threat by 6.
6? Holy cow.
6 cows.
That seems like cheating. Diala is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there.
Yep.
And that leaves Jin. Oh. Wow, you're going to have 9 threat to play with. That's just terrible.
I am indeed. I wonder what I will do with it.
I wonder. I do too.
I wonder.
Yep. Do you get to know that?
I placed them.
Oh, of course you did. I didn't know if maybe you placed them at random, where you put them in a bag.
I didn't place them at random, but I didn't really
spend a lot of time thinking
I didn't
about
really
it?
see that there was any real tactical benefit. So
not knowing where I'm going, I can't imagine that there's much you can do about it.
Yeah.
All right. Jin. Jin feels like she really got short shrift on that first attack, so she's going to shoot at that probe droid again. For 2 damage, and there's no point in adding a surge to it.
So 2 damage, but
So
that's
it's
enough.
just plain 2 damage. Great, that'll work. She did 1 damage to it, so she can move here for free.
And she gets a move.
Which she will use to pick up this crate.
Okay.
Let's see what we get.
Shuffle.
I already did. Adrenal Stim. Discard this card during your activation to choose yourself or an adjacent friendly figure. The chosen figure recovers 3 strain and becomes focused. She'll do that right now. Wava?
Okay, that's the round.
That is the round.
I have an E-web.
How do you have an E-web?
That's all I have, is what I mean.
Oh, I was going to say, I swear that E-web took his activation.
On the whole freaking board, what I have is an E-web.
Yeah, an E-web and 9 threat, I would like to point out.
Yeah, 9 threat that I am spending all of.
Freaking Nexu, man. That thing is a monster.
No, it, like, literally is a monster.
Oh, well, that's a good point.
Yeah. Okay. I'm deployed. I have 0 threat. Boop.
Alright.
The question is, can Diala get back out of there without dying? I think the answer is pretty much no.
Really? 12 damage is a lot.
He did 12 damage in 1 turn. Now,
He
granted,
did.
he got 3 attacks.
Got
But
3
she's
attacks.
got... He's gonna have 2 rounds of shooting at her.
Yeah. Well, the first thing, let's see, what are we going to do first? This is an excellent question.
Can I change what I did here? I'm
Sure.
sorry. I think the next zoom makes more sense up there.
Okay.
Don't you?
I couldn't say.
With the cleave, I think it makes more sense being somewhere where he can get on both of them.
I don't know how he's going to do that with the current configuration, but I see what you mean.
Stand in the middle.
In what middle?
Right here.
That's block terrain.
He doesn't care.
Really?
Yeah.
Fascinating. Okay. Well, that changes what I would do first, though.
Well, at least you know the rules.
Yeah. Am I right? Okay, so talk to me about line of sight here. Yeah, he can't see that probe droid. That probe droid can't see him, right? Mac, I mean. Oh, maybe he can see it.
I think there's line of sight here.
That's fascinating. Well, either way, we can't be standing around. So, because of cleave.
Yeah.
So, Jin is going to go first.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right?
Okay.
I'm
yes.
legal? All right.
You are legal. You are not adjacent to the door.
I'm not, but I can shoot it from afar.
Oh,
Because
indeed.
it's a shooting
Doors
thing.
are shootable.
Yes.
Yes.
In this mission, in fact, they are
not-
only shootable.
Yes, although apparently up till now they've only been bashable. But yes, I see your point.
Okay. So, right, yes, because, yes. All right. Anyway, she's going to shoot the door.
Okay.
She gets a blue and a green because she's focused, and a yellow.
That is 2 damage and a surge.
For 4 damage. Yeah, that's fine. And she discards focused.
Okay.
That door has 5? Is that correct?
5, correct.
Oh, well, in that case, she'll take the extra surge and do +1 damage to destroy the door.
Okay, door destroy.
As a result of that, like, she's done more than 1 damage to a target, she gets to move 1.
Yeah, whatever. Alright, so, the Imperial player chooses one of the following limit once per option. Place the reserve next to you in the interior space within 3 spaces of the open door.
I'm sorry, reserve Nexu?
Yeah.
Like, where were you hiding this Nexu?
Right here. He's just sort of hanging out.
What?
He's not elite, for what it's worth. So he's a little
What
bit.
does that mean?
It means that instead of cleave 2 automatically, he has cleave 1 on surge. Instead of surge for 2 damage, he has surge for pierce 2.
Well, that's a little better.
And those are the only differences.
Okay. So, essentially, this place was full of cats for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Alright.
Could have sworn they had 6 legs in the movie. Guess not. Alright.
Oh, no, you're thinking of the other thing, with the thing with the horns that looks like a Tarrascus?
No, he only had 4.
Oh, okay.
He's just a bull. Stupid kid.
Are you thinking, maybe you're thinking of that thing that Obi-Wan rode around on. That thing was 6.
That was the bull. Then there was the green guy.
No,
Maybe
no,
the green guy
wrong
had
movie. Wrong movie.
He did have
He had
six
six legs.
Yeah, he was super
The
stupid.
sort of like slithery thing.
God, why did I watch those movies so many times?
I can't
Anyway,
imagine.
all right. Right.
I think there was some deep-seated guilt that made you watch those movies a lot.
Yeah, maybe. All right, so just for the sake of argument, I'm going to put this token with a red 1 on it on the elite next to
Sure.
keep them differentiated.
Can you remind me what round we're in? Is this 3?
This is round 4. I forgot to mark it up.
Yikes. Honestly, don't know how I'm supposed to do this in 7 rounds.
Yeah, just wait till next turn.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So my concern about Mac is basically 0. So next
Really?
to...
Why would you say that?
Because right now, he is not in danger of activating a terminal.
True.
So I'm going to do this the other way around. She's activated. Jin is gone. Okay, so next to number 1 is going to attack Jin. With a red and a green, please. Red.
Sorry, Jin.
Yeah, she's in trouble.
The fact that you missed with both dice there, I gotta say that's pretty impressive.
It was just generally a bad throw. Okay.
For 5 damage.
5 damage.
Yikes.
These are untapped.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. She's thinking about quick drawing. Which Nexu is this?
The
regular
elite.
Nexu. And he only takes 6 damage.
Correct.
She's gonna take 2 for a quick draw. You can save that roll.
I'm going to save that roll.
Yeah, I bet you
Okay,
are.
I'm going to prey upon doubt. She takes 1 strain or
You can
1...
have the evade.
Evade? Okay.
She's gonna roll
Actually, I rolled a
blue
white.
and yellow. Oh, you dodged it anyway. Okay.
Okay, so then I do 5 damage.
Sure. She gets to roll.
Yes, she does.
Defense.
I do 4 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to step back. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright. Where's the thingy?
Under him.
Okay. I assume if she goes around the back of him, she can still interact with it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Garkakon's going to need to bash through this door. So he's going to keep working on that.
Okay.
He gets a green and a yellow. This says it's already been used, but that's clearly not the case.
Yeah.
He's going to get 3 damage and 2 surge.
Which does it?
Yeah, and he can recover a strain. Does he have to be... I assume he has to be adjacent to the terminal to interact with it?
Yes. Oh, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Each probe droid may perform 1 move and 1 attack.
That seems like cheating, but okay. At least there's only 1.
Yeah. It's a problem. Can I have the blue and the yellow, please? Sure. Terrible roll. Come on, man. It was a surge.
Surge.
1 damage.
And then he'll move here.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. He would exhaust this to not take that damage.
Okay. So then I will activate the probe droid. He will shoot him again.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he'll move up a little bit and shoot him again, just so I don't have to worry about
Ouch,
range.
that's worse. That's 3
a
and a
much
whole lot of
better
surge.
roll.
Ugh.
Okay.
Hang on. Oh, yeah, okay.
All right. So it's 3 damage, 3 surge is what we've got there?
That looks like it.
Okay, so we're down to 2 damage and 3 surge. So I've got a surge for Pierce, so we're up to 3 damage, a surge for +1 damage, so we're up to 4 damage. And that's it. So 4 damage.
He becomes focused.
He's at
Because of rage.
7 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
He's halfway there.
Yay. Okay.
All right.
Mac's like, hello?
Mac's like, no, I'm happiest right now because I'm lying in wait. Lying in wait is my job description. All right, it's high time that Diala interacted with that console and figured out what color it is.
It is blue, which is good for her.
What does that mean? Does that mean
It means
insight?
Insight.
Well, it's too bad that she got wounded because now her insight sucks a lot more than it used to.
Aww.
I know, you're so sad for her. She does... So is it a separate action then to roll the check?
It is an action to roll the check. No, no. Flip the token face up and perform an attribute test.
Check. Okay.
You have... Okay, got it.
She needs a surge.
She needs 2 surges.
Got 1. She can take a strain... Oh, I'm sorry. No, exhaust it to add a blue die to her pool. She'll do that. And then she can take a strain to reroll a die. Of the dice she has.
Well, don't re-roll the red.
No. Why not?
Because I don't think there's a single strain surge on it. Why they put red on...
Not the case. There is 1.
Okay. So it's got to be the blue, right?
Is there a green in there? Oh,
there is, but she's already got a surge
green.
on it, so it's got to be a blue.
It's got to be the blue. They're terrible.
It's a third of a chance.
Yep.
Nope.
No, she misses.
So do it again?
Yes. If only she weren't wounded. Nothing. Oh, that's just terrible.
That's me. Last Nexu is going to go bloop and attack.
Okay. Badly, again.
Nice roll.
She'll take 2 damage.
I'm going to exhaust this card. You take a surge and a damage.
You mean a strain?
A strain and a damage, yeah. And bleed. Actually, you're already bleeding. I don't think you can, because he bleeds too.
Oh. Okay, so I'm sorry, can you total that up for me?
You're at 3 damage, 1 strain, and a bleed.
Okay.
So it's 7 damage then? I was hoping for better. Alright. How much strain do you have? 3?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Your turn. Darkon has gone.
Yes.
So it's just Mac.
Okay, so we just looked up a rule and discovered that because Diala did get 1 surge against that console, that is persistent, so she only needs 1 more. So we're going to put a surge on this console here.
And it's just in her second roll, she had no strain at all.
Right.
Or no surges at all. So
and
she
could not.
She is still working on it.
Right. Okay. So I have Mac left.
You do.
Mac has kind of a terrible choice because he has to decide which direction to go. He's going to go... Well, that's actually a really good question.
I mean, Jin's in big trouble.
Yeah.
But Diala's going to die when she leaves.
Well, and I'm not sure that Mac can actually save Jin by showing up over there.
But he could potentially do some damage to the E-Web.
Yes. But I don't think I really have time for that strategy to pay off.
That's a problem.
We're in round 4.
And if once Diala gets that console done, there's not an...
And the E-Web heals
at that point, who cares if she dies? Really. I mean,
she's
done her job. Right, she's done her job.
So I don't think he can really back up Diala.
And I don't think Garkon's really... Well, I mean, I guess he is, because he's got some damage on him. But
well, the problem for Garkon is really that we don't know what color that console is.
It's a
And
problem.
if it's strength, he's kind of got it. But if it's not, he's sort of in big trouble.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And so I wish that I could have gotten there with Garkon in order to check what that console is. So I think really his only solid move is to back up Jin. He could come up and do 1, 2, 3, 4. He wouldn't have line of sight on the probe droid.
No.
For an extra strain.
So you said that... I mean, that's true. If he's here, he has line of sight.
Right. But that probe droid only gets 1 attack per round, right?
Yes.
So it's going to be a while before it can really screw with Garkon much.
Well, I mean...
He takes
I could have a good
damage.
attack.
He takes
And I
some
have
damage.
these cards which can help me beef that up
True.
a little bit.
If he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it's just so long before he can actually do anything.
And how much damage is he going to do to those Nexu?
Um,
I mean, he can hurt them, sure.
he's better when he's outside of line of sight of something.
Yeah.
So if he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, take a couple strain, but see, he doesn't want to be there because then Cleave can get him.
Yep.
So he's got to be like back here.
Yep.
Does he have line of sight on the next to you there?
Yeah.
I believe he does.
No, because allies block line of sight.
But he can overcome that with target acquired.
For one attack per turn.
Yeah, but he's only going to get one attack this turn.
True.
The next two don't heal, I assume.
They do not have a heal ability.
Alright, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. How did I have this working?
He moves 4.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4. He's not really going to be able to do anything this turn.
Yeah. So then you got to decide.
What's that?
I mean, there's some question of whether you want to commit to one direction before you know what consoles you're dealing with.
Yeah, but he's got to kind of do something.
Yeah.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then he's got it.
He could pop off an attack on that guy. It's better than nothing, because I think I need to preserve Garkon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taking the strain for the extra move.
And shooting at the probe droid.
Spending 1 for ambush, which gives him Pierce 2.
Nice.
Because he is out of line of sight of the probe droid.
Which pretty much means I've got a 1 in 6 chance of doing anything with my defense die. He's rolling 2 blue? Weird.
He's always rolled 2 blue.
Yeah.
You say that every time.
That's weird. He actually did get an effect. So we've got 2 surge.
Well, do I have the range, first off? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes.
1, 2...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. So 1 surge will go to... Oh, he doesn't have accuracy.
What?
Wow, that's terrible.
Wow. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, he just doesn't... Wow. Hang on. This is untapped at
Are you
this
sure?
point. Yes. No, it's not. But I can still use it. Because I could have him re-roll one of those. But you sort of must them.
I did, I'm sorry.
One was a 3 and a... One was like this, I think. Is that how it was? Well, you
had
had
a 3. So we decided that we had 2 surge. So yes, that's what it was. So you could re-roll the 2.
It's not worth it.
Okay. So, that's the turn, yeah? Eweb does nothing.
Alright.
So that's the turn.
Hey.
End of round 5.
Oh boy.
Out of the foliage bursts a bipedal scout walker unlike any you've ever
What?
seen. The terrifying vehicle bristles with weaponry. Rebel forces, an amplified voice issues from the monstrous walker. This is General Vitson Weiss of the Imperial Army. You are surrounded and severely outgunned. Surrender, and I swear mercy shall be granted.
Oh, yeah, right. Imperials are so known for their quote-unquote mercy. How is that guy going to get through that door? There you go. So, I have to admit, I love the fact that that in designing this mission, Fantasy Flight was like, it's just way too easy for the rebels. Why don't we throw in a Scout Walker on, like, turn 5? Because, you know, they've probably destroyed, like, 2 out of 3 consoles at that point, so they're totally ready for some reinforcements. And you're bringing back a probe droid. Where shall he go? Over there. Awesome.
Okay. So, I outnumber you massively.
It seems that way.
You have 3 turns. This is a really hard mission.
It seems that way. I think Jin is...
I think these missions are designed to lose. You have to be lucky and
it
really, really effective.
It definitely
I think
seems
basically
like
just lucky.
I need to get lucky. And, you know, I talked to a friend the other day who said that his problem with Descent was that it felt like you had to rush through every mission, trying desperately to get things done before the respawn just killed you, and it definitely feels that way in these missions. Like, at the rate at which you accumulate threat, and you've always got guys in reserve, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah. I've still got 2 cards.
Yeah, you almost can't afford to stop and kill things.
Yeah.
All right, so I think Jin is going to go first, just because she's got some interesting choices.
Okay. Yeah, she's... Yeah.
She's going to start by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And take a strain.
Why?
Because she's bleeding.
Oh, frickin' A.
Sorry, that was funny.
Alright. Forget that. Goram. Well, that's just terrible. She doesn't have the options I thought she had.
Well, she could take the bleeds. Or the strain.
She could only take 1.
Yeah. Were you planning on spending strain to move?
No, but I was planning to move twice, and she would take it each time she moves.
Yeah, at which point she would take a wound.
Right.
I mean, honestly, the chances of her getting through this turn without getting wounded are 0.
That's true. I guess she doesn't die when she gets wounded.
It's just, it'd be great if you could activate that terminal
before she loses her yellow dice on mechanics. Yeah.
I don't think there's any way.
Well, she can only be bleeding once. So she's not going to activate first.
What's that?
She can only take bleeding once.
Right.
So
well, you can take it twice.
No. My point is that if she takes more attacks from the Nexu, she will not become more bleeding than she already was.
Correct. So you might as well take
So she's going to sit tight.
Makes sense. Because you can't get to the console this turn, so why?
Why bother?
You can't activate the console this turn.
I can't even get there this turn without taking a wound. So let's go with Garkon first.
Okay.
Because he actually has a chance to do something before he loses his good
So you're
dice.
doing this thing?
Yeah.
It's a green.
What does that mean?
Tech.
Oh, of course it is. Well, he gets a free shot at it, right?
But that does mean that the last one up by Jin is strength.
Right. So he gets a free shot at it, so he may as well take it. He gets an extra green die because he's focused.
That's good.
It can't hurt. He gets amazing damage, but absolutely no surge.
This is where your dice luck factors in.
It has an effect. I gotta be honest. Is it worth the yellow taking a strain, so he'll have half a chance?
Because he rolls everything or 1 die?
1 die. I don't think it is. That was his first action.
His second one will be 1 fewer green die.
No, his second will be to GTFO.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Mac's coming in behind him, and Mac is a lot better at this whole techie thing. So Garkon is going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, and become a big old target. And, take one for the team in that way. I'm thinking about whether he wants to spend any strain to get any more move points. But it just doesn't seem like a couple more has a lot of impact at this point.
Agreed. Okay.
So that's to you.
I'm going to activate General Weiss.
Why not, really?
We will start by shooting Mac.
Not at this range.
You're right. We'll start by moving. Now we will shoot. I can choose any 3 dice I want.
Okay.
I'm going to take 2 reds.
Why not, really?
Green, please. Here we go.
That's 6 damage. He gets a white die. Really? Really? Alright. So we said 6?
That's a win.
Man, seriously, is there nothing you can do about that? Oh man, that's just so annoying. I just don't even know how to describe how annoying that is.
This turn has gone
really poorly for me.
all wrong.
Yeah.
And if you had switched them, you'd be in much better shape.
Well, but I didn't
Jin and-
know.
No, of course you didn't. I'm just saying that it's like that one luck element.
Yeah.
Is I think if there was any hope, that killed it. Because now he has to get all the way up there.
Right.
Because he's the only one who can do the strength.
Ideally. I mean, Jin could eventually... Oh, Jin's only going to roll blue. Yeah, she's going to have a really hard time even putting any counters on that. Alright, so Mac is going to go next.
And,
His speed is down to 3, which is utterly terrible.
And run like hell?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would that give... Does the other probe droid have line of sight on him? I don't believe it does.
No.
It's going to need to move at least.
Correct.
He could take 2 strain to move 2 more, but he doesn't need it.
Well, he could take 3 strain to move 3 more, because he took 2 moves.
He can't take 3 strain, because he already has 2 on him.
He could take a wound.
Oh, that's true. Sure, let's do that. A wound and 2 strain.
And be at the console.
Yeah. Which at least is...
I think it's the right thing to do. I think
he has to get over there.
I mean, I think you have some concern that my probe droids are going to kill you.
You know, it happens.
Actually, this is probably the last turn. You're in trouble.
What do you mean the last turn?
I mean, I'm going to wound both of your remaining characters this turn.
How?
Well, with Nexu and probe droids.
I would be impressed if the probe droids can wound Garcon. It's
Maybe
not impossible.
Maybe not.
But I don't think it's a given.
Okay. You're right.
So anyway, that was Mac.
Okay, probe droid number 1. Has line of sight. We'll take it. Blue, please.
Oops, sorry.
Good roll.
He'll take an extra block on that. So you're left with 2 surges, I'm sorry.
2 surges. I'll do this for an extra strain and damage. And my surge will be 2 damage.
So that's
it's 3 damage.
3 damage and a strain?
Yeah. So it's up to 10.
And he will become focused. Because of rage.
He's at 10.
I'm sorry. I somehow dropped the 5 I had on me. Are you sure you said 10?
Wasn't he at 7?
You said 3 and 2...
Wasn't he at 7?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So that's that. Your turn.
All right. Isn't this exciting? Diallo may as well go next, I guess.
Okay.
Still
Roll
hoping against
away.
hope to make a check she ought to be actually rather good at. A green, a blue, and a red, and she will exhaust this
To roll an extra green.
to roll an extra green.
There you go. You got it.
Wow.
1 down.
Dang. Because it's never a bad idea to have extra credits at the end of the game. We'll pick up the crate.
Totally.
She'll get an item card. Back to Infusion. Discard this card during your activation to choose yourself or an adjacent friendly figure The chosen figure recovers 3 damage and may discard 1 or more harmful conditions. That's probably not going to really be an issue. But hey, you never know.
Too bad she doesn't have, like, super speed or something. Because she's slow, too, now.
Yeah, she could use, what is it that it was called in the role-playing game? Burst of Speed? Yeah.
Or Expeditious Retreat.
That's the wrong game.
Alright, so, that's me.
If you're running straight into an E-Web, I don't think you should get to call out Expeditious Retreat anyway.
Other probe droid. On Garcon. Good roll.
Also a good roll.
So I'm at 2 surge and a damage?
Yes.
3 damage, just shy.
Okay.
To you.
That leaves Jen. Poor Jen.
She's about to get Nexu'd.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, I'm supposed to read stuff when you get the terminals. You read the blue one. Data spools across the archaic device, a log filled with miscellaneous engineering data. As you spend some time digging through it, you notice entries describing several shipments to this area. Miscellaneous scrap, power supplies, a few weapons, but what catches your attention is how the pieces fit together. You surmise that this section of the facility was used to build or modify a vehicle of some kind, something very different from standard Imperial design.
Uh-oh. You mean like the thing that's already popped out?
I'm pretty sure that's what they're talking about.
I think they really intended this happen in a different order. I don't know what makes me feel that way. Intriguing. Alright.
How the hell is Garcon going to get the hell out of this?
Alright, I have to admit that things are looking kind of grim for our heroes. So, I think that Jin is going to take a strain, take a normal action, and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
And then take another strain, which will result in a wound, to access this crate.
I don't understand the strain.
Because she's bleeding.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
Crate says, C-22 frag grenade. Choose a space within 3 spaces and roll 1 red die. Each figure and object on or adjacent to that space suffers damage equal to the damage results, then discard this card. Again, I think that's unlikely to be really useful, but...
Money.
But money at the end of the mission, with which we can hopefully be more effective in future missions. So that's Jin.
Alright. Elite Nexu will pounce.
Poons.
Pounce.
For 3 damage. Which will do it.
Okay. So you are now exactly 1 health away from losing.
Well, I mean, if you want to put it that way.
I did.
Alright. You're a jerk.
Other Nexu's going to stay where he is. E-Web's not doing anything, so that's the turn. Turn 6. I get 3 threat. You're first.
Alright, well, my analysis is this. Garcan can't possibly get to this console in 2 rounds. Jin can get there, but can only do 1... she's rolling a red now on strength, and her best possible result is a 1 in 6 to get 1 surge. The next 2 are gonna kill her, and if Garcon gets wounded, the mission's over.
Will they kill her?
Either way, my chance of rolling in 3, even with Diala's rerolls...
3 reds.
3 reds.
Or if does she get a reroll for each?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so 6 reds.
Right.
There's a...
Really outside chance.
Not that outside chance of rolling 2 surges on 6 reds.
Yeah. It's pretty outside.
But I think that getting Garcon healed or out of the way makes a lot of sense.
There's nowhere out of the way is the problem.
So then, heal him. The probe droids are good, but they're not doing ridiculous damage.
Yeah, but the problem is that he's already got 3 strain on him. So that's going to mean that he's only going to heal, even if he rests twice this round, he's only going to heal 5 damage. The probe droids can totally do 5 damage between them in a round. So I'm not really sure that Garcon is even savable. I think that the strain just makes it awfully difficult. So,
and if he doesn't move, he's got the walker on.
Yeah. How far does the walker move in a round?
4.
That's ridiculous. So, poor Garcon. He's just having a bad day. And at that point, I really feel like, the mercenary decision here is to run over and get the crate.
Sure.
Because that's 50 more credits. I mean, I feel bad always having to come to that decision at the end of the mission. But given that between the likelihood of this going my way, which I still feel is very small, and the likelihood that Garcon's going to get wounded this round, which seems really close to 100%.
It was actually the worst possible person to have up there.
Oh, Jin, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's really not with the strength. So, at that point, I think Garcon has to come and get this crate.
Just for the sake of argument, have him stand on the crate, just so there's a little bit of line of sight benefit.
I mean, Proprius can still move and shoot, so it really doesn't matter.
You want to draw the card?
Sure, I'll draw a card.
There's always a chance it can heal him.
It's not just a shock grenade.
He has another action.
Nope, he moved and accessed the crate.
You're right. Okay, well, probe droid number 1 will shoot.
Yikes. Thanks,
does it.
Garcon. Thanks a lot, Garcon. Thanks for nothing.
Okay.
I'm curious, just because, it's a thing. I'm curious what Mac would have rolled on this console with his tech check.
Sure. He's got what?
Green, red, blue, because he's wounded, like everybody else. That's a no surges. Diallo would have paid to reroll one of those. It would have been the green.
Green. So still none.
Nothing.
So second.
And then on his second attempt, he would have got 1. Diallo would have paid to reroll again. He would have made it on the second attempt.
Just out of curiosity, roll 2 reds. Actually, just 1 red, right? Because, yeah.
It was 1, and
because she would have to take 1 action to move, and then
yeah.
Yeah, you were in trouble.
Yeah, I just
so. Yeah, I mean,
I think that this mission is awfully brutal, because I think that really it would have been very difficult anyway, even without the introduction of the walker late in the game. So I'm curious, unless I misplayed it badly, which I'd be curious for the internet to tell me that. I have some uncertainty as to how the Rebels are supposed to win this one.
And there are a few possibilities of things that are being done wrong on that side. Maybe you need to be resting a lot more.
I rested several times early in the mission. I mean, once
but when you had people on the borderline, maybe you needed to double rest. Because
Again, I did it a couple times, but with this walker running around, I don't think you can make up the damage.
No. I mean, he's kind of slow-ish.
I'm sorry, didn't you say he moves 4?
Yeah.
He moves at the speed of heroes.
Yeah. But he can't strain to move faster.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He still moves at basically normal human speed. And he comes out right in the middle where he's guarding that intersection. I think that if you don't luck out and get the right people on the right consoles early, you have a hard time catching up.
Yeah. Okay, well, end of mission. Though the mission isn't complete, you can't possibly see a way to punch through the Imperial forces continuing to fire upon your position. Only through a risky and foolish rescue maneuver from your pilot, are you able to make your escape. From the little information you were able to find, Alliance High Command has discovered rumors of a new weapon under the development of General Weiss. Nothing more is known thus far, but at least the mission wasn't a complete failure.
Oh, so maybe the Walker isn't the
Yeah, that could be.
the weapon in question.
So fly solo is our next story mission.
But we have a side mission in the middle? Is
Yes.
that correct? And am I still drawing level 1 gear for this?
We're on mission 3. Tier 1 items, yes. You get 1 XP per person, 100 credits per hero. I receive 1 influence. I receive another influence.
I'm sorry, I got 100 credits per hero?
100 credits per hero, 1 XP per hero. I now have 2 influence plus an extra XP. So I have 2 influence, 2 XP, and you have 1 XP per hero and 400 credits plus the 200 for 4 crates. So you have 600 credits.
Right. So that'll leave me with 700 credits to spend. Let's see what I pick up for items here. You said we're still going from the level 1 deck.
Level 1.
And I'm drawing 6?
6.
That's going to be almost everything that's left here. We have a DH-17 pistol. Survival gear. Exhaust this card while performing a strength check to re-roll 1 die. You ignore additional movement point costs when entering difficult terrain. That's kind of interesting. Extended Haft is going to give you Reach or Pierce 1. Portable Medkit. A Vibroblade that rolls 2 greens and does on Surge bleed, a +1 damage, or a cleave 2. And an E11 blaster rifle that just keeps coming up and won't die. So the two items I'm not looking at here would be the marksman barrel and the combat coat. I kind of, wonder if I should have taken that combat coat when I had the opportunity.
I mean, I think that all indication is your greatest struggle right now is getting wounded. I've beaten you both games with wounds, but not with the secondary goal.
But I'm not sure that that's fair, because the reason I'm getting wounded is because I feel like I have to rush to get these objectives. And if I were able to take my time, there might have been a different result. But you really just have to rush for these objectives.
Yeah.
And you are choosing...
I'm looking at agendas right now.
Agendas, right.
I'm going to spend my 2 influence on this. Place this card in your play area. After setup of each mission, add 1 regular Imperial officer deployment card to your hand. So I get a free, essentially 2 extra deployment card each mission. And that means that if I have to threat, I can bring out an Imperial
Right,
officer.
because, they're so useful.
They're not really, but it's a meat bag.